Schmidt. I'm a mortgage agent for the Costa Group, and I have two distinguished guests here today from the Red Hill Group, Royal LePage Macro in Hamilton. We have Nick Kazan to my direct left, and directly across from me we have Nick von Bredow.
Good morning.
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 Thank you so much for coming out.
Pleasure.
So, tell me about yourselves. Like, what made you guys get into real estate?
Honestly, I was fresh out of university and couldn't find a job. So I thought let's get back into school. What type of schooling is there out there? And it was a business program Mohawk and at the same time a real estate license. And thought I'd give it a shot, and it worked out amazingly. I absolutely loved it.
Good.
Fell in love with it.
Awesome. Nick?
I was a local business owner in the community, and some construction forced the closure of the business I was operating, and I always had an interest in construction and real estate. So I decided, why not turn over a new leaf and go for it. And I've done it. It's been almost 18 years now, and I haven't looked back.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've known each other.
Has been. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we start dating things, and it's like, wow, what a relationship.
Well, I think, Bill, you and I started in the business right around the same time. I got my real estate license, I think, the same year you got your mortgage broker's license. I've been now 14 and a half years.
Yeah, I'm 17.
Okay, so you got it just before I did that. Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, but
So
still.
we're still pretty fresh at the time.
Yeah,
Right?
a lot of knowledge sitting around the table right now, which is great.
For sure.
So I know you guys do residential real estate, but I think your forte is commercial real estate.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
So you can tell us a bit about the commercial side of things. Residential is pretty straightforward, but commercial has its little pockets of different things.
Quirks.
Quirks, for a better word. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
And you don't learn your way around those quirks without the war wounds.
Yeah. Well, I know every time I try to talk to you guys or set up a meeting or something, you're off getting some sort of a credential of some sort, and you're away for weeks at a time and learning more and more stuff about the commercial side of things.
That's the big thing with commercial real estate, because every single transaction commercial is different. So you're learning all the time. And at the same time, though, to be able to keep up with the industry trends and changes happening in the marketplace, you also have to keep yourself educated. So, that's something that we committed to at the beginning. And, recently, around a year and a half ago now is when we've completed our CCIM, which is a fairly distinguished designation for commercial realtors that's been recognized across the globe, but primarily based out of the U.S. And I think, what do we have now? 200 and some odd members in Canada who have the designation. So it's a pretty prestigious and exclusive club, I guess you could say. But the education, the knowledge that you gain from that is unbelievable. They really show you how, real estate is a true investment vehicle. Similar to stocks and bonds, you can use real estate as an investment vehicle. And that's where we sort of have taken our commercial business, is working with some of our clients and educating them also then on, real estate doesn't have to be a super long-term investment. It can be also a short-term investment, but you have to look at it as a investment. Don't let the emotion get involved, and let the numbers speak. And that's where the CCIM really taught us that, and that's why we've been able to now take this knowledge back to our clients and help them with their portfolios and help them manage their portfolios and understand where and when to invest their money.
So the CCIM designation, what does that give you over and above just a realtor that could sell commercial real estate?
It basically, like with anything, the good mechanics have, all the tools,
right.
The best tools. CCIM not only provides you with the education, but they also provide you with the tools, via Excel and, different spreadsheets, different analysis programs that allow us to help quantify an investment or, some sort of project, so that on a few different levels, depending, the biggest, thing in commercial real estate is time value money. Actually, in any real estate investment, it's time value money, unless you're planning on living in the house and personally occupying it. It's basically, how can I get in and when do I make the most money? And that's, there's a timeline there of
right.
How soon you get out or how long you stay in, depending on if it's passive cash flow or if it's just, equity build. So, but CCIM is a great product. It's a great course, great venue for education. And then even after the designation, there's continuing education classes. There's a development track that, if I'm not mistaken, was started from Johns Hopkins University, the gentleman that
Yeah, one of the
established that.
professors at Johns Hopkins University in the U.S.
Yeah.
started it up,
So
which is part of the CCIM organization now.
You know, so that in itself, I mean, they've created this development track where, you know, designees, even people that aren't designees, can actually take the classes and the courses, and you know, and you know, to help better understand the industry and to help facilitate, you know, a better service to their client. Because it comes down to, in real estate in general, what separates the men from the boys, or, you know, the men and women from the boys and the girls, is essentially how much you know, how much you understand the business, and how you can dissect and manipulate, you know, the numbers so that your clients are, you know, making, you know, getting the most biggest bang for their buck, and understanding, you know, the law, understanding, you know, from contracts to you know, in-depth analysis.
Right.
Because you know, you guys know as well as I do, anyone can put a for sale sign on their front lawn.
Right.
You know, anybody can try. You don't see that in the commercial sector, though.
You're absolutely right.
The liability is too great for, especially for somebody who doesn't understand what they're doing. But
Because somebody like me that doesn't understand the commercial aspect of it, although hanging out with you guys, in a sense, I've learned a lot, like about the Niagara Escarpment Commission and the drip line and so on and so forth.
Oh, yeah,
right?
To me, it was all French, for a better word. But, you know, you've taken the time to explain to me why they have that, why they call that.
Yeah.
You know, so it's
setbacks.
kind of, exactly.
Hey, but remember, Bill,
setbacks.
it was all French to us at one point,
Yes,
right?
you're right.
So
yes.
it just depends on where the interest lies and how it relates to your business. I mean, it's funny because, you know, being in the business, actually my start date was September 11th, 2001.
Wow.
So, and, you know, getting into the business, I'd say from 2001 and until probably about 2008. That's how much, how I had to cut my teeth to get into the commercial industry, because it's very much driven by your track record, your reputation, and, you know, agents find it difficult at times to ask somebody for a listing on a house, you know, which may be, you know, 500,000, 600,000, 800,000, even $1 million. But imagine walking into a corporate environment and asking them for their business of $5 million, and the first thing they ask is, well, what have you done? What are your recent projects? So that was the biggest hurdle for Nick and I, is saying, yeah, you know what, we're hungry, we're motivated, we're driven, you know, we've got some knowledge, we want to prove ourselves. That was the biggest thing.
Well, there's two sides of it. There's the experience side of actually the experience in the business and working deals and transactions, and there's also and then there's the education and knowledge, right? And you have to have sort of both sides of those, then be able to take that and put it together and really be able to service your clients properly.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, there's no better way to learn than experiencing day-to-day interactions with clients and transactions, but at the same time then too, you can make those processes go so much smoother if you have the education and the knowledge to back yourself up. Right. So it's both sides of it. And I mean, we sort of really, like you said, cut our teeth in regards to trying to get the experience. And then, I mean, we started getting that experience built up. And then we found out about and learned about CCIM and got the background education, the numbers, the analysis per component to it, and added that to our experience now. And it's just taken off, and it's been an amazing time.
But I think for you guys, from, you know, what I know of you, having the commercial aspect side of the real estate market, it's not just about, like you say, plunking a for sale sign on the front lawn, and it's not just a point of selling residential real estate versus commercial real estate. You guys have built some really awesome relationships with a lot of big commercial key players.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and that's important. And, you know, I don't care what business you're in. If you're doing a good enough job, they're telling other people that you're doing a great job, and this is who you should deal with.
Well, there's two aspects to it, right? When you have a nice corporate client or a nice investment client or someone like that, I mean, it's a bit of a repeat business, as long as, I mean, every transaction is a good transaction. If you're and you're successful with your transactions, you get repeat business from it. But like you just said, Bill, yourself, is that the referrals, and then is a big component of that too, because I mean, the commercial side of real estate, it's a smaller industry in regards to the number of agents, the number of brokers out there, right? So I mean, we're all sort of fighting a lot more for the same piece, and so I mean that those referrals and that, I mean, sort of recognition is a great help, I guess, to the growth of our business. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
And that's something we always sort of ask our clients that, hey, please consider us, when you're out networking yourself, if real estate comes up, do us a favor, mention Nick and Nick.
Yeah, it's easy to remember.
Well, it's fun. It's funny too, because one thing that we've come to learn is the fact that the majority of real estate transactions in the commercial industry don't happen off the MLS.
No.
The majority of the transactions, the majority of the business that Nick and I do is off the books business, essentially, from the MLS.
I'd say probably 75-80% of it is non-MLS.
Yeah,
When the MLS stuff comes up, it's sort of like, oh, here's an extra sort of deal, but we primarily focus on non-market, off-market
business. It's it's a lot of the land assemblies. Our big focus right now is in the downtown core of Hamilton. We've got a lot of stuff going on in the core, as far as high-rise development
which I saw on Facebook, which looks a beautiful building. By the way.
At Rebecca Street there.
Yeah, it's one of our very good clients, Sonoma Homes. They're really they've got a passion for Hamilton, and they put out some very nice products, and that's one thing that we're working with them on is the downtown core. It's very, in my opinion, it's the next big thing, especially from the rental markets are concerned. And,
right.
If somebody was going to live in an apartment, they want to be where the action is. They want to be,
amenities.
And the amenities are the art district.
So location, right? And it's based on what you want.
Three biggest words in real estate.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter if you're in commercial or in residential.
Exactly.
Location is what it's all about.
Yeah. So,
right?
So it works out well. We've got some great clients. We're gaining new clients on a regular basis. Our peers are starting to gravitate to us, and understanding that Nick and I have put a lot of time and effort into the commercial industry, and they're relying on that. So rather than taking a chance and jeopardizing a relationship with a client in an area that they're unfamiliar with, in a territory that they're unfamiliar with, they're looking to Nick and I to refer the business to and to handle the business, and they're comfortable in the fact we pay a referral fee. We're appreciative of the business. For the longest time, there's been a disconnect between residential agents and commercial agents, and Nick and I have sort of, said, look, this is something that you need to nurture. This is something that you need to offer to res agents that still can, capitalize on it without jeopardizing their relationships or their own, professional careers.
Right.
Because just as fast as a commercial deal can happen and you can make a big paycheck, it
can crash and burn.
It can crash and burn.
That conversation about some properties that have large dollar volumes you may think it's a done deal, and then it's dead, and then it arises again, and then it dies again. Commercial real estate is not the same as residential.
I think our record for a deal that's crashed and burned, but yet we still got the job done, was 9 times. The deal crashed and burned 9 times.
Kudos to you guys.
And every time, we breathed life. We breathed life into it and got it going again. And we're able to, with the same seller buyer. And so these are the things that, a lot of people think that the gray hair came from, from my kids, and trust me, the gray hair.
A few of them,
but predominantly most of them were from the commercial industry. But we also, our philosophy is that when it feels like work, we'll stop doing it.
Yeah.
So we truly enjoy what we do.
And it's not a job; it's a passion.
Oh, absolutely.
To our viewers out there that are watching, this is fantastic. For anybody that's looking for commercial real estate, you got Nick and Nick here. Feel free to contact me. I can put you in contact with them. The mortgage side of things works a little bit differently for commercial mortgages. My last agents I was interviewing, we talked about the pre-approval process up front. Commercial, I think, the aspect is a little bit different, where they know that they need financing, but strategically they have to put something together first before they can come and see me.
Exactly.
It's a unique market.
It
is. It's
is.
great for the Costa team and myself to have realtors that have specialized fields such as yours. So
Well, we've always been a firm believer in you, Bill.
thank you. Appreciate that.
We've done business with you over the numerous years.
Yeah, it's been a lot of years, and,
you know,
a lot of kids, and I'm glad to see that Nick is here today. That your little one was due like a couple days ago
On Sunday. That's why my phone's sitting here
Yeah.
just in case.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. The newest team member will be here soon.
There you go. See it growing already.
I'm telling you, it's all right, man. It's nothing wrong with that. If he's anything like his dad, he'll be a stand-up guy. So.
There you go. Perfect.
Exactly.
Well, I really wanted to say thank you for coming in today. I was kind of doing something I thought was a little bit quirky, but I'm getting a good response from it. You know, we all work as one team and one vision to help our clients. And I just wanted to welcome you to my team, the Costa team. We're all here to help you and help each other. And I just thought it would be kind of unique for you guys to sign the basketball that shows that we've become a team.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. Cool idea.
All right. I won't do my full signature because.
Well, you can. There's a lot of leather on there. So,
Is there? All right.
Yeah.
I don't want to see this on eBay. Okay.
Yes, it was funny. Our videographer Colin was asking us what we were going to do with the basketball afterwards, and I said, "Well, if the signatures were worth anything, we can sell it." But somehow I don't think so. But if you're looking for a good real estate transaction or an extra little something and an interest rate, call us.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
Well, again, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here today. I know
problem.
that the weather has been issues in the past, but we got it done, which is
Well,
great.
The third time we've tried now, and it starts snowing again this morning.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us, Bill.
it's
Yeah, really
absolute
appreciate it.
Pleasure,
Good
man.
luck with your little
Thanks,
one
Bill.
when you see him.
Thank you.
Hopefully soon, hopefully this week, so you can kind of move on and
Yeah, that should be this week, but.
yeah, maybe we can do an interview in a week or two so we can see you with baby eyes. And
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have just a T-shirt with like a collar down to here and sweats only on.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'll
Well,
barely
thanks
be alive.
again.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
Excellent.
Thanks, Bill.
Thanks.
Cool.